know if you had a chance to start your It Works list. Have you had a chance?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. But you don't have to tell me what's in it, but how's during the process?
It's good. I didn't put everything in order yet. I just been like, searching my heart and putting things down. So I haven't put it in order yet, but
Okay.
all good.
Good. What about you, Milena?
Same thing. I just really got to the core of what it is I want in every category I could think of. So I'm going to just, refine that and make it as clear as possible.
Awesome, awesome, awesome,
Mhm.
awesome. So guess what?
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 During my process, without telling you exactly what it is, a part of it, but you remember how I said when you do It's Works, you're going to get insight and downloads, correct?
Mm-hmm.
For align action. So I had a great live stream. It was like 4 hours, and I was in another live stream of a different content creator that I follow. And you'll be shocked how many, men who are, uh, eligible people, and they believe it's harder for them to find a great woman. I was in a live where literally they're like,
Whoa.
it's harder for men to find a good woman. And I wasn't listening in a defensive mode because this is what I do. I was like, okay, interesting. I would say no, actually, it's on both sides. But what I'm saying is that there are men who are ready to get married, and they think women don't value marriage anymore. They don't want to get married. So I'm just telling you that there's men who are just like women who are ready to get married, but they believe it's not out there. So what I decided is, because even though I do my best to only focus on women, I did my analytics and I have 46% men who show up for my content.
Mm.
46, 51%. Let me go back. Let me see. I was like, that doesn't make sense because it's supposed to be 100. 1 second. But yeah, when I was doing the what was it? The business analytics. That's what it is. Um, Let me see. Engagement. If I scroll down, followers, they do it by gender. Yes, 53.7 women, 46.3 men. So nearly half. And a good percentage of them are from Nigeria, even though I don't mention I'm Nigerian. I guess they're on TikTok, I don't know. But yeah. So with that said, and a good amount of my audience is from 25 to 44, the biggest chunk of it. And so I say this to say, that I'm creating something that's obviously your grandfather in part of your lifetime membership. It's going to be. Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
40-day challenge, kind of like the Daniel fast, that 40 thing in the Bible,
Uh-huh.
to get to have like a strong candidate for marriage by the end of this year. But it's going to be co-ed. So you ladies are going to be in it. We'll still do this program plus that one. So I feel like that's part of the aligned action plan that could bring your person, or you can meet your person, another means. But it's going to be another avenue, and it's not just for you to meet your person. It's literally a market need that's assessed from doing what I'm doing. So it's not to help just you ladies. It's just that. But I just realized that all this time I've been trying to focus on women, but I can't keep these men away. They're like roaches. It's just like scram. I'm talking about the women. And I realized they're crying for help. They literally said, aren't you going to do content to help us? I want to be part of this community. I was like, huh? Why don't you go to those men, that do it? So that's something that I'm really excited about, because I attract men to my audience that really want to settle. I literally had a gentleman who has been abstinent for like a year, and he works on his business and stuff like that. And it was just like, I'm just telling you, ladies, I was telling the gentleman, I was like, it's interesting you men are here. And there's another guy who was mixed, and he said his lady found him because he given up on dating for 7 years, and she just scooped him up. So he's like a good looking nerd, and his lady's mixed as well as him. So we had a good live where there's men of all different races who some were in relationships with somewhere, but they all were was saying like it's hard out there for them, and if they didn't meet the ones that had somebody, if their woman didn't come up and initiate, they would still think love is just not for them, and they would have given up on it.
I like that because I have this like this idea that I guess
what he looked like, Milena? He looked really. I didn't get a chance to look at his profile, but from the box, he was a good looking guy. He has a kid, so I thought about you too. He has a kid.
Mm.
Name is
Ooh la la.
His name is I'll type in the chat what his name was. You can he has his name is that's his name that was on the when I was in the other content creators live, and you can, I don't know if he had a lady, but I know he did disclose he had kids, and he was well, I think he probably doesn't, because he was saying it was hard for men to find a good woman. And he has a profile pic which is kind of like, it's him, but it's an avatar, meaning like if you type that name that I put in there, you could, you know, go on TikTok and you'll see like a blackish bluish guy with a nice beard that has like a low fade.
Okay, cool.
He looks like dark, yeah. So yeah, and he has like 16,000 followers or something. I typed it in the comments, not so, you know, so it's for the recording piece, because the comments don't show on the replay. So, yeah. So I thought of you, right? Just like that other fella that you're like, girl, what the heck are you thinking about? What you think? I was like, you know what I mean? Let me next time, let me study these people for a good minute before I start studying people, before Belinda starts looking at me like, how do you think of me? You think this person is compatible? You're like, shameless, I just want to understand what is I'm like, oops. And he still gets suggested on my For You page, even though I don't follow him. I'm just like, anyway, but yeah, I'm excited about that, because I think I have a good, you know how some people are good at, you know, negotiating someone's salary for their friend or somebody else, but then when it's for them, it's harder. Mm-hmm. But I feel like I'm a good, you know, not matchmaker, but bringing people together. And so I'm excited because anytime I talk about people who want to get married by the end of this year, they get excited. And I feel like that's a solution. I don't think there's anybody who's focusing on the men and the women at the same time. So this is going to be very niched. It's going to be people who want to, like, obviously some people aren't going to feel comfortable getting married in 40 days, but they're strong candidates. So the goal of the thing is it's going to focus on the intent first, like just like what you're doing now, but the order be reversed. We'll start with the intent first of like being very crystal clear what they want, like getting their love list together. And then the second week will be mindset. The third week will be decluttering emotionally and physical stuff before we start adding stuff. And then the fourth week will be rebranding, becoming the person that will be a magnet to the person they're looking for. And then the fifth week will be focusing on scenarios, you know, like playing, what do you call it? When you role playing. Mm-hmm. And then the last week you will bring the person in. Obviously, we'll have a candidate by that time, and then I would help you vet that person to make sure that they're kosher for you. So that's the goal of so it'll be 6 weeks. It'll be a challenge. So we would meet like weekly, but there'll be a group where people can touch in daily, but we'll meet weekly versus this one where we meet daily. So that's something that's coming up. You know, just be on the lookout for that. But I feel like that's what's needed, because I was in my own life last night for 4 hours, and I was just shocked that a lot of men had a lot of strong opinions on this.
Thank you for creating it. I am excited.
No, you might not be excited yet, but wait till you start seeing. For me, I don't need.
No, I'm really excited. This is my excited voice. I'm just tired.
You're like, no, this is my excited voice. You got that Daria. I thought I want to be Daria. You're Daria in 2.0 already.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. With your other profile photo from yesterday on your phone. You're like, don't mess with me. You look very. Oh, there's a content creator. I was thinking of you, Milena. I feel like you could be peers. Her name is she's been on live more longer than I thought she would be. Her name is Tanika B. She goes by.
Oh, I
Oh,
know Sharika B. I know you're talking about. I
yeah,
used
she's
to
on
follow her.
Instagram. Oh my, I don't know why. Let me get out this live. Yeah, she's still on live. I'm like, what? I really think that
She's
there's a
like
lot.
plump.
No, she's not plump. She's
Okay.
like she's skinny. She's like one of those like Jackie Ine influencers. She has
Oh, never mind.
431,000 followers. She's like a luxury person.
Okay, never mind.
But she reminds me of you. But let me. She's on Instagram. Let me go find where she's on Instagram. So, because she goes by something different. She goes by Tanika B on Instagram. Let me get out of here. Tanika B. Yeah, so basically, I guess she used to help Barack Obama get elected. She was like one of those political people. Now she's like a digital nomad with her husband and her so she's like a millennial that's like, she's like the Jackie Ina category, but she reminds me of you because your features look similar to her. So I was just thinking, like, I'm not for you to do your page like her, but when I saw her, I was like, that's reminds me of Milena. That's the energy you give me.
Let me see. Is it TENIK?
TENICK. So T
Oh,
T
here.
E
Here she
Nick
goes.
Kabi.
Tanika Boyd. Let me see. Oh, yeah.
And you know what's interesting? She has the same amount of followers on Instagram that she has on TikTok. Usually, one content creator usually has one platform that's more, but it's hard for them to have it the same on all. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. But anyways, I just thought of you when I saw her. That tells me is like you kind of are in that. That's like I feel like that's kind of like how would I say this?
Aesthetic.
Yes. I instantly thought of you because I was trying to articulate like for your brand because you said you get compliments already, but this woman looks very bougie. But if you notice her husband, even though she says he's black, even though he doesn't look black, she said that in her own words. She's like, even though y'all give me a hard time because you don't think my man's black, but he is. Her man is in the background, as you can see, right?
Yeah,
Like
I'm looking
majority of
at
her
it.
feed is her about
Hey,
her.
boo.
Right. And I was like, that's the type of dynamic. Like, so she gives me an example of an archetype of a queen. Because
Yeah.
she like breaks necks and she has the audience compared to that other woman, which I won't mention. I don't even remember the other woman you gave me. But she had like 15. But with the queen, it's something about like on her platform, both TikTok um and Instagram, she has the same, and her man adores her. He's behind the scenes. He's not triggered by her success. So that's why I was thinking about. And she's dark because I remember you said you wanted somebody.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
She's dark and beautiful, and she has a
yeah.
same hairstyle.
And her daughter's like yours. She even though she says her man's mixed, but her daughter has kind of like a similar. They don't look alike, but in the same skin tone family, like they look
Yeah.
like they could be related. So I just thought that was kind of like your doppelganger in a little bit, in a way.
Yeah. Thank you, because she's gonna be my happily married woman muse. I'm looking at her pictures with her guy.
Yeah, because she's like a millennial, and both of you don't look your age. It's just So I just see like I just feel like this is the thing you can have it all. Like if there's one, I think grill where she's in a white dress with flowers on the sleeves, and her man is wearing shades and a blue shirt, and you can just tell like he's so into her, and he's just basking in
Proud. Yeah, he's
doing
proud of her.
right exactly. So that's the
Mhm.
dynamic I see for you.
Thank you. Thank you kindly. I gotta get this weight off, man. I want to waist like this.
It's interesting you say that. It's interesting you say that because there's this lady that was she's an economics TikTok person. She was saying how BBLs attract poor people. and she and she was saying that, it's the reason why wealthy people like slender women is I'll share the link in the group. I should have did that first. I don't know why I didn't think about that. It's because they need to show like they get wealthy because of their what do you call it, their class and stuff. So it's almost like
Uh-huh.
their woman's a representation of them. Yeah, so it's, she has some, I'm, yeah, I'm gonna, one second. Yeah, I'm gonna link it in the group. So, yeah, she said yes. It says broke men love BBLs. Not to say you have a BBL, but when you said plus, when you said you cinch your waist or something, but you can still attract a great guy being by curvy. You just have to be modest, unfortunately, because they're saying that broke men all they can do is have sex. They can't. They're not doing much. So when you look vivacious, you just stick those.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah,
Makes sense,
yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah, but people go to plastic surgeons to get what you have.
Yeah.
People in Miami, because you both your sister and you are blessed upstairs. I don't know about your whole body because I haven't seen your whole body, but you guys are naturally what do you call it, curvy, which is a good thing.
Yeah. I just want it to be cinched in the waist.
Hmm.
That waist together. I'm gonna get a daggone tummy tuck. I'm just telling y'all right now. At some point, probably next year, I'm going
What
under
makes you want to do that?
because I'm like I don't think I'm gonna get it naturally.
Oh, but isn't tummy tuck for women who have the really elastic stomachs from having birth? I thought
Yes,
it was I thought it wasn't to make your stomach. I thought it was to like how you make
tuck
it
your
tighten
skin.
because loose skin that happens when you have babies.
It is, but I'm gonna see what they can do.
Your body, your choice, but just be very, very. I don't want to add any like scary stuff, so I'll just let it be there. But I feel like you can. I feel like but who am I to say? Because you've had children, so it's technically
I don't have
respect.
a stretchy stomach. Like they wouldn't. It'd be very hard for them to find extra skin to tuck in. But I'm just saying, I'm not gonna rule it out.
But they Pilates can give you that quickly.
Maybe that's what I need to do.
Because
Maybe
I
I need
wouldn't
to find
only recommend
Pilates.
tuck if you have the what I'm talking about when someone have kids is extra skin from the baby. That I understand. But other than that, are people who lost like 100 pounds and they have excess skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just your body. But I believe you can get that done with just different doing like what do you call it, muscle. I mean, Pilates, or I forgot they call it. It's another Pilates. It's an alternative to Pilates called Langren, or it starts with the L. But yeah, I don't. I think you're fine how you are, but you know what's best for you.
No thanks. I'm ready for a tight waist. That's my only complaint.
A tight waist. Okay. A
Hmm.
tight Aside from tight waist, you ladies, um, when it comes to love, how how are you feeling 0 to 100? I know I asked this question already, but
Hmm.
it's changed. So every day something can happen.
I'm feeling good. I was feeling, I told you how I was feeling anxious to get on the app.
Mhm.
I don't feel like I need to do that quite yet. I'm not led to do that.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm in the prep mode, like he's coming and I'm getting ready for him. Like I've been working so hard cleaning this house. My daughter was shocked when she saw the basement. She was like, "Oh my God, looks great."
Wow, that's awesome, Elena. I would love for you to share that in the group when you have a chance. That's awesome because I meant to say your kitchen looks nice from your juice photo. It looks like you have some nice
Oh,
countertop.
that was work. That was my job. I showed a
Oh,
picture
okay.
of.
I
Yeah.
was like, this is a nice looking kitchen.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's not my
job.
kitchen.
Oh, okay. 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 But that's good that you did that. So how do you feel, having your house spick and span?
I feel great. We're not finished because I still have to do some more things, but I did the heavy lifting this weekend and then I've got a lot of giveaway stuff. I'm gonna take that out on Monday morning. But it feels great. It feels like like I can relax. I feel more grounded. I feel less anxious. Yeah, it feels good.
Good. I'm glad to hear that because I really feel that generally for me that you feel like he's coming. And it's interesting after you did some stuff to organize your house, like you got like a replacement of energy. Does that
Mm-hmm.
make sense?
Yeah. And I'm
That
very much into feng shui.
yes.
So like it feels like the chi is moving, you know?
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, with that said, with that said, with that said, are you getting really crystal clear when it comes to how your guy would feel like if you can't visualize him? Are you able to feel how he feels, not how he feels, but how it feels for him to be in your life?
Um, Shameless, I don't know what's going on, either your audio or for Lions, but your voice just melted into the background noise. Uh-oh.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, crystal clear.
I said how so if you can't visualize how your husband will look like,
Uh-huh.
are you able to feel how it'll feel for your husband to be in your life right now?
It's getting better and better. So, um, when I do my meditation, like I can feel him then. So, it's getting I can I'm less embarrassed for him to be in here. I'm good with him being in here now that it's clean. So it's getting more and more sharp, if that makes sense.
Awesome, 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 awesome. And have you had any situations that came into your life this week that had caused you to be like, "Oh, this isn't working?" Any any situations that's contradiction to what you want?
Nope.
What about you, Lion?
Um, well, I was saying earlier, Shameless, you interrupted me. I was saying that I like the idea of um, the matchmaking thing because I had in my head this idea of like there are more good men than there are good women, and so that men have it stacked against them or for them. Like it's just like if they lose a good woman, they just pick up another one. So I was saying that before. Um, what's your question? What about me? What?
I didn't hear you. My apologies. I didn't hear you say that. That's why I didn't hear you say that. So that
Okay.
wasn't my intention.
Okay. Um, what's your question? How do I feel about the week?
Oh yes. How do you feel about the when it comes to, can you visualize your husband here, or if you can't visualize him, do you feel that he's in your life at the moment, or can you feel how in the future him being part of your daily activities?
Yeah, I can access those feelings, I think, pretty well. Let me see. Yeah. And like I said in the group, I feel like I got over a big hurdle and a hump so that now I can have more energy towards my goals.
Awesome. So, with that said, the reason why I asked is because, as you noticed in the past, some days it would be different, and so it's kind of just like a temperature check, just to see how things are going. Because usually, when you're about to manifest something great, like there's usually situations of contradiction that could, if you're not really rooted in the process, you can look at as evidence that it's not working. So that's why I was just trying to assess for that so I can help you work through it in the event that that was happening. So it sounds like that hasn't happened. The other thing too is, now that you done like a good a chunk about the work, now it's just daily doing the process. You have your success ritual.
Mm.
Um, you're working on your list. You're doing your meditations. You've done the decluttering. You have the resource books that you can go back to anytime you're going through something. The other thing is, how often are you around people who are complaining about anything? It doesn't even have to just be love. How often are you exposed to people who complain?
Not that often, unless it's TikTok feed.
Yeah,
But I just
I
skip
don't
over those. I've learned to skip over that stuff.
I don't have any friendships with women that complain about that. and I
Awesome.
try my best not to entertain social media that does that either.
That's good. That's good. The reason why I was asking is for the last leg of, because we're in the last stretch of the year. This year went by really quickly, but it's to really be in a situation of not being around anyone that complains, and it's not just love; it's just in general. Because
Hmm.
for you to be in that place where you're manifesting something that's not currently in physical form,
Yeah.
it's easy for us to just get out of the step. It's almost like somebody who's trying to be sober, and if they're just getting on the thing, it's easier for them to get off it if they just started compared to somebody who's been sober for 5 years.
Hmm.
So I just wanted you to remind that the biggest secret now is to minimize your exposure to people who complain.
Thank you.
Now, with that said, how is it with the rebranding? Because I noticed when you said that you already have your outfits together. Are you, since you have your outfits together, when you're going out, every opportunity that you go out, that is another opportunity for you to meet your person. Since you're trying to let the universe match make you.
Hmm.
You're not using social media at the moment because you're on Facebook. I feel like then the way that a man will come your way at the moment, even though there's multiple ways, but at the moment, um, when you go out, like when you go about your daily activity, any guy could just ask you for your number. So since you always are put together, do you see that, or do you do you dress in a way that's flirty, or do you dress in a way that's I'm somebody's mother and I'm a professional and I live in an affluent area, or do you dress in a way that can get the male attention?
Mm, I mean, I don't feel like I dress like anybody's mom. I don't dress provocatively either. Um, I feel like I dress in a way that gets male attention. The right male, like if he's lustful and just like looking for boobs and ass, he probably wouldn't pay me any attention. But a normal man, yeah.
There's nothing wrong showing boobs. I feel there's something wrong when you showing boobs in more than one body part. Because you're a woman, I don't feel there's anything wrong, you know.
Hmm.
But there's levels to showing boobs. There's one where
Yeah.
it shows like you got cleavage. There's one where it's like the underboob. Whether how they have the underboob cleavage.
Hmm.
So there's different, like nowadays, when I was growing up, there was only one way to show cleavage. Now they have the underboob thing. But anyways, the reason why I asked that is there's two ways women dress. There's usually women who dress put together, but it doesn't give, how would I say, woman, I need a piece of that type of energy. There's another one how dressed. She's still presentable, but it's kind of like a peacock with all the feathers out. It gets men. It's very visual. So I
Hmm.
was thinking for you, since you're single at the moment, there's a different dress code that you're going to wear compared to somebody who's forsaken already.
Okay.
And you've had some outfits that you shared. Like I think you had that me- that mesh. I'm not sure you dress like that, but it kind of evokes like I'm ready for love type of energy. I think it was like
Hmm.
a red top. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, do you?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is like when you go out to grocery shop, if you have one of those Aldos or Lulu, one of those fancy workout clothes, because I wear when I go to the gym. I'll be honest, I my stuff is oversized. Isn't the most what do you call it? Form fitting gym clothes if I ran out of laundry. But now they have cute gym clothes as well. So I'm just thinking for you, since you are in good shape and everything, you have clear skin, that every time you go out, that's an opportunity for you to meet your guy. So that's why I was inquiring about how you're
Mhm.
dressed.
Okay. Um. So y'all know that jean jacket that I wear on camera a lot.
Yes.
That's kind of like my thing. So I wear a shirt underneath that jean jacket, a pencil skirt or jeans, and some earrings, and that's pretty much my going out to run errands uniform. So I
Okay.
don't know if that's sexy enough. Probably not.
No, no, no. It's presentable, like you have a good head on your shoulders, but it's not crystal clear for men to. The thing about it, you won't dress like this forever. You know, once you get your man, you can go back to dressing like a sensible person again.
Uh-huh.
But no, but what I'm saying, I'm not trying for you to be like, thought it out. So I'm taking notes because I can project that you might desire some examples, so you know what I'm saying. So I'm taking notes about giving examples of letting
Mhm,
people know you're on the path, giving examples. Okay, so because I really feel like with you, that's the only thing is because
mhm,
I feel when you start dressing in a different way, because that's going to be out your normal, what's the word? What is it? Rhythm or normal comfort zone. That alone is going to switch your brain. So I believe like we need to add a little bit to your wardrobe or identify pieces in your wardrobe that would
mhm.
signal single Milena. Single
I'm
Milena's,
I'm
you
available.
know,
Mhm.
you know, baiting a man to be her husband. So you're the bait, right? So you're trying to reel a big fish. So I just want you to have like a different attire for this season, and then you can go back to dressing how you are now because you still get compliments, but I want men to be kind of baited to inquire what's your marital status. Because I was thinking to
Okay.
myself, like I was thinking about that influencer that I referred you about, the real Rebecca or whatever that woman's
Yeah.
that person,
Tanika.
Tanika, right? That person. I usually put in the group. I don't know why I forgot to do that, but is because I was thinking, I was like, what's the gap here? Because it's like you're doing the steps. What's the gap? And what I realized is you really pretty much you're almost done. You just need to bake a little bit. So you
Mhm.
have everything. So what I realized the last piece is people to know that you're available.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're a candidate that graduated from Columbia in computer science, but the companies that need computer science, employees or engineers or whatever they call themselves, they don't know that you're looking for a job, that you're available. And then you happen to be on LinkedIn and say you're a computer engineer, and they're like, oh
Mhm.
snap, she has everything, she's available, she's looking for work. So I just feel like for you, because you have a no nonsense, which is a good thing, it's good to have something energetically that let men be like, I know she looks like she's about her business, but I just can't help but approach her just to confirm if she's available.
Okay.
Okay.
Um. Okay.
But I'll put it in the group, some pictures of women that I feel like is in your aura of energy, a brand, but also screams like, you know, would kind of incentivize a man to approach them.
Yeah.
The right type of man, obviously.
Yeah. So I'm looking at, yeah, I'm looking at the Tanika B that you showed me.
Yes.
That's the kind of look that you're talking about, right?
No. I mean that's her aura is obviously she's married, so she's gonna dress it a little bit differently. No, I
Mhm.
was just saying for like the type of dynamic with like their husband and with your brand, even
Mhm.
though like your focus for this program isn't your brand, I
Mhm.
literally saw her and I thought of you in my brain. So I didn't think that was random. But I will show you a different person, for example, because she's in a different season. So the way she dresses is for like a girl's girl, right? It's
Mhm.
like inspo luxury fashion. That's not really, I wouldn't say she dresses in a way for a man to know that she's single to get married. So, which, excuse me, yeah. So I'll give you some examples. I'm just saying overall, like that's somebody where I can see you because I feel you undersell yourself on your Facebook. So when I
Mhm.
saw a content creator like that, I was like, I see you in the Jackie Ina. I don't know if you know who she is, Jackie Ina,
Yeah.
but I see you in that that realm when everything gets when you get all your ducks in a row. That's how I see you.
Hmm. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I will. I was looking on Express actually for some new.
Why? I'm sorry. I was trying to get out my Instagram to see if I
This
can
is what I had in mind. I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
post it on. I'm gonna post some of the things I had in mind to purchase.
Okay. Okay. That's fair. I'm gonna do that as well in the group, not to purchase, but they're influencers that give me that energy. Like, I can see a man approaching them to learn more about them. So you can
Hmm.
see, because I feel there's a difference of a woman dresses when she's like taken
Yeah.
compared to, so so I was just saying overall the long game is I see you as that, Tanika woman, but for right now I will provide you different
Hmm.
examples. So with that said, what about you, Tanika? Not supposed to call you Tanika. What about you, Falai? When it comes to how you're dressing, have you mentioned that you're working on your rebranding? Since the time you've been going about your errands, have you been dressing in a way that would incentivize a man to inquire more about you?
No, but I'll start now. I'm starting today.
Okay. Okay. That's very so do you have like a good idea of like what type of um direction you're looking for when it comes to how are you already got that down, you just need to implement?
No, I'm not sure about it. I just have what I have, which is more like the yellow shirt kind of thing. They like
The
follow
reason
it.
why
So
I asked this the reason why I asked this, if you don't, then I can also look out for you. But if you do and you just need to implement what you already have, then I'll just hold you accountable to remind you about, what um you want to work on.
Okay. I'm trying to paste this in the.
yes, please give me some ideas.
Okay. So for lying about, and what type of genre are you in? Are you kind of like your sister when it comes to fashion, or you have a different?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm, but I don't know what genre. And I'm also like me and my sister have talked about this. I'm figuring out my genre. I'm coming from a survival mode, so like anything's game.
What do you mean by
Anything's open.
survival?
What do I? Shameless, you don't know what survival mode means?
No, I don't know what survival mode. In what context? Survival mode meaning like you're just trying to get by, or survival mode where you just you're going through a spiritual awakening and you only have enough energy to take a shower and put clothes on. You're not really looking to put yourself together. So what do you mean by survivor mode? That's
Well, I'm coming out of a place where survival mode, like just doing enough to get by, just to survive. I'm not in that place anymore, but that's where I've been at. Like just like in the realm of dressing. Like just dressing enough to get through the day, not really giving a whole lot of attention to
oh, oh yeah. So
actual
that's what I
style. Hmm?
okay. I actually call that homely. I call that homely phase because when I think of survival, I'm thinking about you just barely have enough to get by when it comes to food and so your clothes is your clothes. But homely is literally you don't feel your best. You're like really trying. Just you're like a functioning high functioning
Yeah,
with depression, and so you make sure your hygiene's on point. Uh,
yeah, that would be
but
a big.
any bedazzle, no, not today. Get some.
Yeah, just getting through.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, that's what I call homely. And I did a video on my TikTok like last year because majority of my videos I'm in that aura because remember how I shared with you once I learned about energetics, I was kind of de-incentivized to play what do you call it? Pretty politics, beauty politics. And so I called it homeliness. So that's why I was asking what do you mean by survivor because we use different this what do you call it, descriptions for different things. Okay. Okay, all right, because I didn't want to assume something else, but okay, so you're coming out of like just getting not feeling inspired to play beauty politics, and now you're getting up there because it takes some energy. Because what I was thinking to myself is I underestimated all the stuff I used to do back in the day just to be presentable. And it's very seductive. Once you get into that whole, let me just wear sweats and long and
Mm-hmm.
skinny, you'll be shocked how seductive it is to stay in it. It's very
Mm-hmm.
seductive. It's really hard to get out. And so once I get out of that, I'm really gonna hold myself accountable not to get out of it, because once you get out of it, it's hard to get back. The schedule of waxing your face, or facials and your nails, all those rituals. When
Yeah.
I was younger, it was just like duh, but now it's just like, it's like pulling teeth.
Yeah. Well, they're yeah, pulling teeth right now. So I'm really committed to getting into the habits, new habits, including dressing nicely when I go out. Um, yeah.
Yeah, so when it comes to that too, that's like a schedule, because every woman's schedule is different. Some women get their nails done once a month, every 6 weeks, depending on like how good the nail technician is. Some people get facials once a month, some will get every 2 weeks. So whatever your schedule for your because hygienes, there's different levels. There's basic hygiene that we already know. Then there's, I call it advanced hygiene, when it comes to the lasering and the waxing and the eyebrow lamination and the eyelash extensions and the tanning and the chemical peels. There's different levels to hygiene. But whatever
What's
your
level 3? Wait,
says,
what's level 3 then? Dang.
what's level what?
I thought you said there are 3 levels. Did you not
I
say that?
no, I didn't say
No,
there's
not.
three. I said there's
Oh,
multiple
okay.
levels. I would have to like break it down if how many levels there are, but there's basic, and then there's the extended levels,
Yeah.
and then usually conducive to your budget. But there's women like Jackie Ina. She says she spends like over 5,000 a month
Wow.
on her beauty hygiene regimen. And obviously she's in a different, she makes an income and that's her thing. But I was just telling you, there's levels to it. And so the reason why I was saying this is there's a schedule. And so that's why I was asking, like, what's your thing? So since you're in a discovery phase and you're open, I'll just bring some, because I didn't want to bring some suggestion and you be like, Shan, that is not my style. So that's why I was asking. So since you're open, I'll just start with people that I feel is kind of matches your energy, because you'll be shocked when you have like a cute outfit on, you feel good, and when you feel good, you attract good. I'm
Oh
telling you.
yeah, and I'm not shocked. Yeah, I know that feel. I know that, and it's just like, yeah, like you said, it's stepping into. It's like, oh,
Because
it's
it's like you have to let go of this version of you. Because I was doing the work myself when I was doing my It Works list, and I was
mhm.
asking myself these deep questions. And are you ready to let go of this version of you to get to the woman that you're trying to achieve?
Yeah. Are you asking me that?
Yes.
Oh yes, absolutely, 100%.
Interesting. So you're willing to let go of a line that you have your bedazzled, according to your budget. I'm not saying for you to go into debt for clothes, but are you willing to let go this version of Feline just to get to Feline, 1.1? Because obviously you're gonna be upgrading it, and when you have more resources, but you're always fine tuning your presentation. But this version of you dressing whatever, like, you're off camera, right? We're all off camera, so whatever you're wearing, if you're willing for a week from now, you really have a different, like, outfits, the outfits that you've been wearing to go about your daily activities. It's
Hmm.
a different outfit a week later, meaning like whenever you pick up your son or you go to the post office, the outfits you wore prior is different that you're going to be wearing a week from now. Are you willing to let go of that version?
Yeah, totally. I'm yeah, totally.
What about you, Milena?
Am I willing to upgrade? Yeah.
Not just upgrade, let go of this version of yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it is already my version, just elevated, and I love elevation. I
The
would love
reason
to
why
be my highest self possible.
high so possible. The reason why I say this version, what I mean by that is not just how you dress, but the mindset, because literally the only thing stopping you from your husband being here
Hmm.
is that the version that will be the dream wife for your husband is not you at the moment, if that makes sense.
Does.
And so, and the thing I'm pointing to you, I'm still doing it with myself. So it's not like I'm just saying you need to do this. I'm only saying this because I was doing it, during my success ritual, and I don't want to take full credit. It's in the book, "Breaking the Habits of Being You" by Joe Dispenza, but and "Supernatural Human." By Joe Dispenza. So I just wanted to, because I was just thinking, you ladies have done everything, but I feel like the last step is grieving this version of yourself and stepping into whoever that woman is that's going to be a mat. Okay, so that your dream spouse, however he is,
Hmm.
whoever you visualize him to be married to, are you willing to like drastically step into that person as quickly as possible? Like if your dream spouse was like your brother, right? And you saw your brother and and you see, oh, I have a lady in my life. They're like, okay, when are you gonna bring him around family? I want to see her. She sounds great. And you see her, and you say to yourself, oh, well, that looks about right. That's how I thought he would be with somebody like that.
Hmm.
That's what I want you to feel like about your spouse.
Yeah. You mean about ourselves? Yeah.
Yeah. So you both have you have a brother, right? I'm not sure if your brother's married, but when you met your brother's significant other, when she looked how you thought in your brain, based off his personality, you felt
Hmm.
like you matched him, right? So I
Yeah.
want do you so I want you to visualize how your husband, what type of, like, how would I say this? Not category, but prototype of the type of girl, his type. So if we all can tell like a guy who's really put together at the gym, and then we see his girlfriend, and then sometimes we're shocked because it doesn't match how we thought they would be in our brain. But
Mhm.
we all, because that's what we call energetics, right? So your dreams husband, however he is, because you only know what that is, what type do you see him, ending up with? And if and when you come to that realization, are you that at that moment?
Hmm. Mm, I definitely see him with the woman with the better car and who goes to the gym faithfully and eats well. Outside of that, oh, and who's just really passionate about what she does, like really consistent. Outside of that, though, I think it's a match.
Okay, so you said aside from your car and going to the gym and eating well, you have everything so far. You're in alignment.
Well, the consistency with what I do, like if he were to just look me up on social media, I want him to see a woman who's clear and passionate about what she does. So, I think that's one of the missing links for me that I'm working on now. I talked to some guy on Fiverr to get my shop up and running because I was just tired of trying to do it myself. Um, get my Facebook shop, Instagram shop, and TikTok shops up. So I'm just selling, doing my videos with a purpose for sales. And I feel like I'll be more, what's the word, intentional, with my content because I'm sending people somewhere.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
awesome. So you're saying what you identify as the biggest thing is you want, when in the event that he sees your social, he gets this energy that you're consistent.
Yeah, or he gets this energy that this woman knows what she's doing in life. She has
Hmm.
passion that he can feel. She's ambitious. She's out here doing her thing. Like I don't have to come into her life and push her to do stuff or, try to unveil things for, like, she's already there. That's what I want him to see.
Wow, that's awesome. Awesome.
Mhm.
Okay, that's awesome. So that, I feel that's a fair assessment. What about you, Felion?
I feel like I just, as far as like making up the difference, changing, upgrading my style, like we just talked about, in presentation, and my fun and enjoyment. Like my whole full life stuff.
Okay. So you're saying the person you see your husband being with is somebody that is in love with her life.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
In love with my life, look good, smell good. And obviously the part that I just went through about upgrading, my standards and my boundaries and all of that. That's a big part of it. Someone who has all those things dialed in, someone who has their look and presentation dialed in, someone who has their happiness and, yeah, whatever you just said, that dialed in. So that's those are the upgrades I'm gonna work on.
So do you see how that's so simple to say that you're in love with your life, you find enjoyment, look good, smell good, but to implement it is not easy. So it's simple. It's simple, like to be consistent, know she has purpose, eat well, go to the gym. But implementing those things, that's a challenge, right? It's funny how something so simple can take people years to do, right?
Mhm.
There's people who have gym equipment in their house that collects dust. There's people who have like skincare regimens that cost $400 and they haven't opened it. And so I say this to say there are women who how would I say this? Who are not willing to do the hard stuff. It's
Mhm.
simple. So I want you to keep that in mind if you ever wonder, like, why would he pick me? There's all these women out there and not enough men. Just
Yeah.
what you ladies said, a lot of women, they're not willing to do this. Just to clean somebody's their own house, they're not willing to do it. Just to read a book, just to show up consistently for over 30 days, no matter what. It's not easy.
Mhm.
So I just want you to remember that. So when you feel in the event, not to say that's how you feel now, in the event that you feel there's not enoughness, just remember that just because it's simple doesn't mean that everyone is willing to do the work, because you ladies have and you continue to do it.
Thank you.
So is there anything else you ladies would like to share as we're tying things up? It was daylight savings. And I was like, what the
Oh,
heck?
it
Oh,
is.
when is it?
Oh my
It
gosh, I
happened
forgot.
already. It happened already.
That's
Oh,
why it's so daggone dark outside.
Yeah, it happened today because on my oven and microwave is 3, but it's actually 2.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
What else did I have to share? Oh, when you get a chance, please look at my outfit I put up there. Um, for me, my thing is getting my energy up right now. Like, I went to this healer over the weekend, took my daughter, and he was like, "Are you okay? Because your your life forces are really low." So that's my objective, and I am often sleepy and fatigued. To get my energy up, to get my he told me I wasn't drinking nearly enough water, and of course my diet is out of whack. So
Um,
physical health is like at the forefront right now. Getting my chi up, getting my personal energy up, because that's also part of attraction. Men are attracted to high vibes.
that makes sense. And the outfit you sent me is a good business casual outfit, but it doesn't give me I want to date her energy. It gives me, I'm put together at work.
Okay, so I need some assistance because
Yeah. Okay. No problem. No
that's
problem.
like my go-to right there.
Yeah, it's great for work. I'm just it's not a bad outfit. I'm just saying that like your work personality, that's awesome. But for like your romantic department, you need a different uniform.
Yeah.
And part of the magnetic heart, they say, how you dress is a symbol because they have a chapter on symbols.
Hmm.
And so I want your symbol to say, I'm ready for love with this particular type of man. So I'm not just going to have you dress it in a way to attract all types of riffraff. It's going to be like very,
Hmm.
very intentional. But yeah, I'll give you some suggestions in the group. Anything else about you for you, Felion?
I'm gonna put some full body pictures in the chat so that you
Mm-hmm.
can not the chat, but the group, so you can see my body so you can get some ideas better.
Okay. Okay. All right, ladies. Well, awesome. So just as always, you can post stuff in the group, and we'll reconvene. And it'll be Monday, a new week. Before you know it, the holidays decorations are out here. So I'm excited because I believe like once you get your, what do you call it, your uniform together, you're gonna fill in the role of a woman
Mhm.
who's ready for love.
Yeah, I'm excited for that as well.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, ladies. Well, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks,
Thank you.
Shameless.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.